Most people don't lose relationships because they're bad. They lose them because they're too easy to access, not demanding, not complicated, always available. At first, this feels like a strength. Later, it quietly turns into invisibility. Being convenient doesn't make people value you more. It makes them expect you more while respecting you less. Psychologically, convenience lowers perceived cost, and anything that feels low cost becomes easy to ignore, postpone, or replace. When someone knows you will adapt, wait, and stay accessible, they stop adjusting themselves, not consciously, automatically. This is the uncomfortable truth. People don't form attachment around convenience. They form attachment around effort, uncertainty, and emotional friction. Convenient people remove friction, and by doing that, they remove tension, the very thing that keeps attention alive. Convenience is not kindness, it's a behavioral signal. When you consistently prioritize availability over boundaries, you communicate three things without saying a word. First, your time is flexible. Second, your needs are negotiable. Third, your presence is guaranteed. The human nervous system reads this as stability without risk, and while that sounds positive, psychologically it produces a paradox. Stable access reduces urgency. Reduced urgency weakens emotional investment. You can see this pattern everywhere. The person who always replies instantly gets slower responses over time. The one who always agrees stops being consulted. The one who's always okay with anything stops being asked. Not because they did something wrong, but because the relationship no longer requires emotional calibration. People adjust emotionally only when they feel they might lose alignment. Convenience removes that signal. There's another layer here that's often misunderstood. Convenient people believe they're creating safety. But safety without boundaries doesn't register as security. It registers as predictability. And predictability doesn't create closeness. It creates background noise. This is why being convenient often leads to emotional flattening rather than connection. If you're listening to this and recognizing yourself, pause for a second. This channel isn't about blaming you or anyone else. It's about understanding patterns that most people feel but can't explain. If you want more content like this, calm, psychological, and grounded in real behavior, subscribe to the channel. Not for motivation, for clarity. Socially, convenience changes how people position you. You become the fallback option, the emotional buffer, the reliable presence that absorbs imbalance. Others feel comfortable leaning, but uncomfortable adjusting. Over time, this creates asymmetry. You invest attention, they invest when it's easy, you adapt, they decide. And because nothing dramatic happens, this dynamic goes unnoticed for a long time. There are no conflicts, no arguments, no obvious disrespect, just subtle shifts. Plans are made without you. Decisions are shared after they're finalized. Your emotional reactions are anticipated and worked around. This is where many convenient people feel confused. They sense distance but can't point to a moment where things broke. That's because nothing broke. The relationship simply stopped requiring effort from the other side. Convenience turns presence into infrastructure, useful but not emotionally prioritized. And once someone occupies that role, it's hard to step out of it without friction. The psychology of being convenient isn't about niceness or weakness. It's about cost perception. Humans don't value what's always accessible. They value what requires emotional alignment. Being less convenient doesn't mean being cold. It means being defined. Defined time, defined energy, defined emotional availability. When access has shape, it creates respect. When access is unlimited, it creates familiarity without weight. Convenience feels safe, but safety without boundaries leads to emotional erosion. And the moment people stop adjusting for you, they stop noticing you, not out of cruelty, out of psychology,